Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing an end of year kit clean out. If you're like, girl, what the hell are you talking about? Let me explain. I am a bridal makeup artist, for those of you that don't know. I've been a makeup artist now for about 8 years, around there, and I specialize in bridal. And our wedding season, most makeup artists' wedding seasons are coming to an end. December, January, February is always a little bit slower. There's not as many weddings. So now that I'm coming out of my busy season, I feel like it is time to deep clean my kit. I always keep my kit clean, but my last wedding, one of my foundation bottles opened. I got foundation everywhere. There's powder everywhere. So everything needs to be taken out, scrubs clean, put back. Things need to be thrown out. Some things need to be added. So we're basically just going to be revamping everything. That way, when I get back into wedding season, my kit is ready to go. So yeah, if you are new here to this channel, welcome. I hope you stick around and subscribe. For more daily content, definitely give me a follow on Instagram. I post a lot more content and a lot more frequently on there than I do on here. But yeah, if you want to see me revamp, reorganize, I'm sure I'll give like product recommendations as I'm cleaning out and stuff. Just keep watching. So this is what we're working with. These are my two main bags. I know it looks really bad. It's actually it looks way worse than it actually is. After my last client, I just basically threw everything on top because I knew I was going to be filming this and that everything was going to be coming out. So I just didn't put any of my palettes away. So it's really not bad under those palettes. It's actually pretty organized. But yeah, we're going to take everything out, specifically this one. This one's actually a new bag, so it's not dirty in here at all. But I'm still going to go through everything and make sure I want to keep everything. But we're going to take everything out and just start cleaning. Well, I thought I was going to do this on my floor. I just laid down a clean towel and was going to put all of the contents of my kit on the towel, but my dog keeps coming over here. Okay, no, she's going to lay down, so I think we can make this work. So I'm on the floor right now because I just laid down a clean towel. It is clean, but I know the sanitation police are going to come because I'm on the floor. So I'm just going to spray it with Lysol, okay? This is like the third time I'm spraying the towel with Lysol. Anyways, we're going to empty out the contents of my kit and lay it all here. That way I can really clean the inside of it. I'm going to try and keep the products together by category. That way it's easier to put everything back. And then once everything's laid out, I'll be able to go through and see what needs to be thrown out and what we're keeping. So I decided I want to do this in sections because I know myself. If I empty the entire contents of my kit out right now, I'm going to become very overwhelmed very quickly. So I feel like we need to work in sections because, well, let me just show you. These are all foundations and concealers in my kit. And if I were to empty everything else, there would be a million products on this towel. So we are going to just work in small sections. Right now we're going to work on concealers and foundations. And I mentioned earlier that one of the foundations opened, so I got to clean this. For cleaning, I am going to use a disinfectant spray. I have the bottle that you're going to see me using is not what's actually in the bottle. It's just an old bottle that I have, but I have, actually, here's the disinfectant right here. Oh wait, no it's not. I lied. So the bottle that you're going to see me using is not what's actually in that bottle. I have a disinfectant spray that I got from the company that I get my spray tan stuff from. It's just like, I don't know, I saw it on their website. It was a disinfectant spray that you could actually put in your spray tan machine and like disinfect the whole room. So I got that. It's very, very strong. So I'm going to use that to disinfect. I am going to put on some gloves because I just did my nails. One already popped off, so I have to fix that. But I don't want to ruin them, especially since I have the white tips. So I'm going to put on gloves and we're going to scrub everything down. How cute is my dog sitting here watching me? Here's all my stuff. And she's just watching me. Ugh, I love her so much.
Long time.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of water under the bridge.
Some of the old songs.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just cleaned these foundations and I'm putting them back, organizing them. But while I'm doing this, I decided I had some more foundations in my little like freelance drawer. These are the RCMA liquid foundations that I carry in my kits, and I'm going to refill some of these bottles, like top them off. Well, now that I have all the foundations out, I might as well top them off with the remaining foundation that I have in like the original bottles. So I'm gonna do that. This is P130. What is this? This is P130. Great. Okay, first section is done finally. So these are all of my liquid foundations. I'll run through them really quickly with you guys. So from here over is more like matte full coverage foundation. So I have Dose of Colors. I have 2 shades of L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear foundations because that foundation is amazing, but I only have 2 shades of it because I kind of phased that foundation out of my kit this year. But yeah, I have my Dose of Colors foundation, which is definitely for my oily clients. And then these 3 right here are the Danessa Myricks Vision Cover Creams. These are really good if I need like extra coverage. Like I can mix them in with foundation or use this, a little bit of that before I go in with like a final layer of foundation. It's just good for like concealing and stuff. Here we have my RCMA liquid foundations. And then here we have my Face Atelier foundations. So we got it all right here. We got a range of colors. That's really important. So the Dose of Colors, I go from shade 103 all the way to shade 127. But I also have 2 dark shades. 2 darker shades that I haven't even added to my kit yet. I have to add these. I just don't have the bottles to do so. In the RCMA foundation, I go from shade G110 to the darkest I have is actually this is the darkest, 6110. So I have a good range in that line. And then in the Face Atelier, I have 1 through 8. And then these 2 are the, they're like, I don't know, like luminous bases, I guess. You can put this on before the foundation or you can mix it in with your foundation. in shade 2 and 5. My most used shade in this foundation is shade 6. So yeah, that's what we have going on in this compartment. So for concealers, I have a mix. I have Born This Way, I have Tarte, you know, what do you call it, Shape Tape, and I have some MAC concealers. I also have a few Flower Beauty concealers. For now, I'm going to put all of the concealers I have back. However, I am going to be placing an order and phasing out all of my Tarte Shape Tapes. I don't know. I really want to try the Anastasia concealer because I've heard amazing things about it. So I think I want to place an order and get like 5 shades of those and then get rid of these. But for now, I will put everything that I have back because I don't have the Anastasia concealers yet. But I'm going to clean everything, clean the bottles, and then put everything back. Just going through skincare. I'm going to get rid of this Becca primer just because, honestly, I feel like I've had it for a while and Becca's out of business. So we're just going to get rid of it.
Don't end up together, I'm gonna lose my mind. And if this life really does go on forever, I know I choose you every time. You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger, I'm losing my faith. And I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you. You want me for everything, I'm taking my time thinking, just so I'm sure what we do. Cause I don't wanna take it back. We got something that can last. We can mess it up if we keep moving too fast. Oh, you say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me.
As far as skincare in my kit, I actually keep it very, very simple. I have micellar water to cleanse the skin. I also have the Laneige Cream Skin Toner, which is a toner and moisturizer in one. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, try it out. I have an eye cream. Right now I'm using the Inkey List Brighten Eye Cream. And I have a moisturizer for drier skin, so the MAC Studio Cream. And then I have the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, which is like a gel moisturizer, which is good for oily skin. I try to keep it pretty simple in terms of skincare because I just feel like when you complicate things, when you add a million steps, sometimes it's just not necessary. I think when it comes to doing makeup, you just need to make sure the skin is super hydrated, and I can definitely do that with these products I just mentioned. You know, you don't need a million products to apply to the client's skin before you start the makeup. Really, you gotta kind of let them know how you want them to prep their skin, and then you do like the rest. You know, you shouldn't be doing every single step in a skincare routine before the makeup application because I feel like it's just a bit much. So yeah, I can easily work with that skincare. And then of course I have primers, and then I also have like different lotions like MAC Studio, MAC Strobe Cream. I have L'Oreal Glotion, which is a shimmery lotion, you know, products just to make the skin look even more hydrated. I have a facial spray in here just to hydrate the skin. And then I also have the Laneige what is this? Glowy makeup serum, which is like a primer slash serum for the skin. So that's really all I need in terms of like skincare. Oh my god, this is taking forever. But I'm probably gonna have to like stop and then continue tomorrow. But next we're gonna work on this. This is like all pigments and stuff. Usually it's pretty organized, but like as I open and close the pigments, sometimes the pigments get on like all over. So I'm gonna take all the pigments out, wipe down the acrylic piece that I have in here, which by the way, I got these acrylic organizers on sale at Home Goods one day. So I can't like link them or anything because I got them at Home Goods. But yeah, we're gonna take all of the pigments out, clean this, and then all I have left is powders and then palettes here, like foundation palettes. So let's do this.
I won't give up on you.
You want for everything. I'm taking my time thinking, just so I'm sure what we're doing. 'Cause I don't wanna take it back. We got something that can last. We can mess it up if we keep moving too fast. Oh.
You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger. I'm losing my faith, and I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna call it quits for today and continue this video tomorrow. We still have to go through powders, which none of these I'm getting rid of. I just know for a fact because I reorganized these powders not too long ago. But I am going to take them out, clean the acrylic case that I have them in, and just kind of reorganize. I also am going to be depotting my powders and taking them out of this thing because I saw another makeup artist put their powders into like something like this, which to me seemed so weird, and I was like, well, how does the powder come out? Like, I feel like it wouldn't come out good. It actually does. So I tried it out with a little bit of powder just to see, and you guys, look. So you just kind of squeeze it. Oh wait, I don't have much powder in here, but you just kind of squeeze it and the powder comes out perfectly. It's not messy. Every time I open this thing, the powder gets all over the place. This keeps it like contained. So we're going to be transferring powders into these little bottles. Oh my god, I'm getting powder everywhere. And yeah, so we will do that tomorrow. But this is taking way longer than I thought. But it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to rush through it tonight. That's why I'm just like, you know what, let's take a break and let's pick this up tomorrow. So see you guys tomorrow. But really, see you guys in a second. I just wanted to share with you guys that I did end up condensing some of my eyeshadows and putting them in this palette. I got this on Amazon. If you type in All One palette, it should come up. I like this palette because it's very thin, as you can see, but it's also pretty large. Like, I could fit a good amount in here. So I ended up condensing my eyeshadows and creating like the perfect palette for me and my clientele. This is what my clientele definitely gravitates towards. So I depotted my Viseart Warm Mattes. I depotted my Visearch Neutral Matte palette. I adore these palettes. They are so pigmented, so blendable. Overall, they just work really well. And then I have 3 Cosette eyeshadows. These are Makeup Forever right here. This is MAC Nylon, which is a great brow bone and inner corner highlight. This is ColourPop, I think Let Me Explain, which is also a great brow bone or inner corner highlight, or it's good for like a bright champagne all over the lid. And then I have these 3 ColourPop eyeshadows, which are more of a metallic finish for those clients that want their eyes to really pop. And I have a bronzy shade. This is kind of like a champagne silvery shade. And then this is also kind of like a champagne silvery, like taupe shade. So that's the palette that I have for now. I had all of these eyeshadows kind of like individually. I just felt like it made the most sense to kind of put all of these together because this is definitely a palette that I will use on like literally every client. I am also going to carry this palette in my kit as well, just in case I get those clients that do want more of that like blush tone, pinky tone eye. This is the perfect palette for that. This is by Morphe and it's the Vava Bloom palette. So I will keep this in my kit as well for those clients that want these tones. And then I put together this palette here, which is basically just like purpley shades in case I get a client that wants more of a purple look. I'll be able to create that with this palette, and I just kind of put some purpley pinky tone eyeshadows in here just in case. I like to be prepared for everything. And I also even have these 2 eyeshadow palettes. I also have these by Huda Beauty, Ruby Obsessions and Sapphire Obsessions, in case I need to work with color. This has blues and like that green shade, and then this has more like red tones. So just in case, I have palettes that have color. And what's nice about these is they're so small, they take up barely any space. Alright, little updates. This is what we have going on. So I got to this compartment here. This is bronzers and contour. We have the Dior contour palette, which I use all the time. It has a light contour and then it has a deep contour, so I feel like I can use this on most clients. Then I have 3 bronzers by Fenty Beauty. I have Island Tint, Caramel Cutie, Mocha Mommy. And then this is like a pretty deep one. This is like medium, and this is like good for, I would say, like light to medium. Oh, hold on. Oh my god, I'm like throwing stuff. Then I have medium dark mineralized skin finish by MAC. Hold on, this is gonna bother me if these are not lined up. Okay. This I like to apply before going with bronzer because it just takes away any tackiness on the skin and the bronzer goes on a lot smoother. So I use shade medium dark for that. And then I love this Hourglass ambient lighting luminous bronze light. This is a great like all over bronzer just to add like a nice sun-kissed glow. It's so pretty. Then I have these 3 products from She Glam that I thought were going to be a bust, but honestly, they are so good. So it's 2 liquid contours and then this liquid blush in Love Cake. These are amazing, especially if I'm like rushing with a client and I still want to do like contour and blush. I use these. The contour blends so easily. I always like to do some sort of cream before powder, so yeah, these are just really easy to use. I don't really have to spend hours blending them. Like they just blend in 1, 2, 3 and they still give that nice contoured chiseled look. And this blush is gorgeous. It's like this light pink shade. So I've been using these a lot. Then I have blush. So this is my blush palette that I made. They are individual blushes. So I have 2 pink shades and 2 like corally peachy shades, and honestly this is all I ever really need, but I still have 2 darker shades. Benefit sent me these, like a ton of their blushes, and these are 2 shades that I would never really use on myself because they're a little too dark, but they're gorgeous on deeper skin tones. Let me show you. This color, it's kind of like, it would be like a peachy, bronzy blush on a deeper skin tone. And then this shade, oh my god, I'm obsessed. I used this on one of my clients recently, and I didn't realize it has like a sheen to it when you apply it to the skin. It's the most beautiful, like shimmery berry color on deeper complexions. So I decided to put these in my kit because, like I said, I'll never really use these on myself. I never have, so I was like, they're just collecting dust in my drawer, so we're gonna add them to the kit, so that way my clients can use them. So that's my blush. I still do carry a backup blush palette just in case I need extra blushes, and that's usually this palette by NARS. But honestly, I just always reach for the blushes in that one palette I showed you. Keep in mind too, okay, I can't get this open. It's nothing exciting. It's just a blush palette. Keep in mind, I do go in with cream blush first. So I only really use powder blush to kind of set the creams. So these are my cream blushes. I know everyone's into the Rare Beauty blushes, but honestly, the cream blushes work for me. And then I have this liquid blush. I try to simplify my kit a little bit rather than having a million options. I found that when I had a million options, I was still reaching for the same products. So I'm trying to just keep with what I know and what I know works. Then we have highlights. So we have Janessa Myricks. This is like a balm. It's like a shimmery balm. I have my Dior highlight palette, which is so well loved. And I have Opal Highlight by Becca. So that is it. Again, don't need a million options. It's just not necessary. Over here we have cream contour and highlight products, cream foundations. So these are cream foundations. I do have cream foundations in here as well, but I also use these to highlight and contour. This has Mayron Celeb Pro foundations, MAC cream contours, Huda Tantour, RCMA, 2 dark shades of RCMA to contour with, and then the lightest in porcelain to highlight with. So that is what we have for the creams section. And then over here is setting powders. So we have all this little setting powders that I showed you guys before that I was depotting. I have Huda, I have Ben Nye Fair, which is basically like Huda Cupcake. It's similar to that. Banana for clients that I need like more of a yellowy setting powder. And then I have Ben Nye Camel. Oh wait, I must have mixed these up. This is this Ben Nye? Yeah, Ben Nye Camel, which you can't tell in the bottle, but is like a much deeper setting powder for much deeper skin tones. And then we have this setting powder by Urban Decay. It's the All-Nighter Translucent Waterproof Setting Powder. It's really good for oily clients. We have the Laura Mercier Glowy Setting Powder. This is good for the chest, so if I apply a glowy product to the chest, I'll use that to set it because it will set it, but it also has a glow factor to it. This is e.l.f. Camo pressed powder in, what shade? Fair 120N. You're probably like, why do you have this? I have this because this is so beautiful underneath the eyes at the very end to brighten. It's like the most brightening, smoothing, mattifying powder, and it's by e.l.f. in 120N. That's the shade I like because it's like ultra bright. Then we have a Face Atelier translucent powder. Sometimes I use that to just touch up like bridesmaids and stuff. And then this I absolutely adore. It's the Jaclyn Hill setting palettes. This is the light version, I think, and basically this is just a setting powder for underneath the eyes. This is like magic. It really sets the under eyes so beautifully that sometimes I don't even feel like I need to go in with a translucent powder after I use that. Like, it's amazing. So yes, we are officially done with the inside of this kit. Don't mind this. This is not staying there. But yeah, everything's organized. I got rid of stuff. I added stuff. And everything's clean.
Don't end up together, I'm gonna lose my mind. And if this life really does go on forever, I know I choose you every time. You say you're the only one for me, yeah. So if you love me, then tell me how much longer do I have to wait? I'm not getting any stronger, I'm losing my faith. And I could be wrong, but I swear it's true. Yeah, even if the world gives up on us, I won't give up on you.
You want it for everything.
Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll insert a little clip of the finished organization. The other bag that I had showed in the beginning of the video, I didn't really have to organize in there because I had mentioned already, but I got that bag recently, so it's fairly new. Everything in there was just put in there, so like I organized that bag not too long ago. I'm getting the itch to order some new stuff, which is so bad. I do not need to. But hopefully next year, early next year, I'll do another what's in my kit video. I love filming those. I love watching those. But in the meantime, let me know what content you want to see in the comments. I have tons of time this month to film, and I have a lot of videos lined up, so just keep watching.